Hi everyone, welcome to the solution walkthrough for Yajilin Yacht number 14, titled Nice Cool Line. Cool spelled with a K and the first two letters of each word capitalized. The capital letters spell Nickel-y, because this is a Nickel-y style Yajilin, even down to not having clue symmetry, as the only puzzle in the set that doesn't have it. I personally really do like having clue symmetry, but I wanted to make one without it just to show to myself that I could. So you can do a couple of things over on the left side, like shading here due to this 3 and 2, and marking all of these unshaded from the 0, and these from the 1s, but those are all a distraction. The really important steps come over on the right side. There's this 3 and this other 3, which give you all of these unshaded, which resolve the 2 and give you a good amount of stuff. But more importantly, there's this 3 and this 1, which force 2 shaded cells between them, which, as we know, there's only one way that can be. This 3 then follows, where there's 1 shaded cell over here, and there's 2 over here, which then follows to this 4, placing 3 more shaded cells. There must be a second exit to this little subregion. This 1 up clue already has its 1, so we get all of the following. And at this point, I'm going to take a little detour to the top here, where this 2, there are 0 shaded cells it's currently pointing to, 4 cells available. We know it must be these 2, just because it's 1 away from a border. This 2 now has only 1 option. This 2 is now fully satisfied. If we were to shade here, we fork the line and prematurely close a loop, so we're not going to do that. This 3 now has exactly 3 shaded cells available. We can also note this one and this one, they're a bit farther apart, but there are 0 shaded cells between them, which is important enough. Let's see. Now at this stage, this 2 down clue gives a shaded cell in one of these 2 cells, which gives us the following pretty standard steps that we've been using up to this point. There's also this 1 right clue that's now actually satisfied from this 3, which gives us progress with this 2 down clue. We get to shade the corner here and then one of these. Shading either of those would prematurely eliminate those. We also have this 1 up clue that's already satisfied. And now, this is probably the trickiest step. It's one that also showed up all the way back in Breezy Street. If we look at the right side of the puzzle here, we can trace this line around everything and find that we have no exits from the right side to the left side right now. And there's exactly 2 places where they can be. Therefore, as with the other puzzles, they must both be used. These 2 ends cannot meet. These 2 ends still cannot meet. These 2 ends still cannot meet. And we can say, again, these 2 ends still cannot meet. Hey, guess what? They still cannot meet. Again, this is not strictly necessary for arriving at the solution, but you could also prove this segment right here. However, to show that none of that was actually strictly necessary, we can look at this too. Just eliminate the following, shade here, and oh look, we also get these as unshaded from the clue. Yeah. And at this point, you do need to get these 2, which we've done before. Same kind of simple loop kind of step, except this time we don't have the other ends of the loop directly meeting up. You can do the same thing right here, but it doesn't actually go any farther on the left side yet. Yes, this 2 right clue is now satisfied. This 1 is now satisfied. And the rest of the right side falls into place from there. This 3 right clue has all 3 of its shaded cells. This 3 down clue has none of its, so let's put them all in. And the follow-ups from that. These two ends are the same, so they cannot meet. This 2 needs one more shaded cell, so let's give it its shaded cell. This channel must be used because it cannot both be shaded. A couple more freebie dots. These two ends are the same, they do not meet, they still do not meet. As they get here, this 4 down clue now has only one option for where its shaded cells can go. These two ends at the bottom still do not meet. These two ends are still the same, they still do not meet. There are 2 possible exits, they must take both of them. This one has its shaded cell, and this must exit in order to avoid having a dead end. And in the top corner here, there's only one clue left that's relevant, and it's this one left clue. If we were to shade here, we fork the line, so we don't. We shade here, and the rest of the puzzle solves itself. So that's how you solve nice, cool line. There's definitely a bit of a sticking point in the middle that I couldn't totally eliminate involving these long-range 1 clues. I'm not totally happy with how that part turned out, but I am quite happy with how the loop chase avoidance stuff, first through here, and then over here, all the way up, even through this section in the middle. I'm very happy with getting all of that to work the way I wanted it to. This was definitely one of the highest rated puzzles from the contest, one of the ones that people liked the most. Even if it's not my personal favorite, it's definitely interesting to see what people like, and it's definitely not a bad puzzle. Definitely a good one. So until next time, where we'll take on Yajilin number 15,